For the Petronas Gas Berhad, Petronas Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur serve as the home office for a Petronas Gas Berhad, a Malaysian company that was founded in 1983 and specialized in the building and provision of centralized utilities. As the largest gas pipeline company in the world, Petgas primarily focuses on producing and delivering natural gas to Petronas customers in Malaysia and Singapore. For the moving average of Petgas, the best sales signals on moving average occurs on January 8 to 2020, when the price line crosses the moving average line. Because the price line has crossed the moving average line downward, it displays a sell signal. It also demonstrates the growth in sell volume. People ought to sell the shares as a result. There is a best purchasing indication on May 2022. It demonstrates how from below the price line rises through the moving average line. For the Bollinger Bond of the Petronas Gas Berhad, based on the Bollinger Band indication, the greater purchase signal will occur on August 25, 2021. The bullish candlestick suggests that the momentum will pick up. It indicates that the stock price is unstable because it can increase. The stock should have been purchased to begin the long position. There is a best signal for June 5, 2020. It demonstrates that the bottom band has been touched by the bearish candlestick. It suggests that there is a momentum for the price to fall. Next, for the rate of change in Petronas Gas Berhad, the price is declining when the ROC crosses the zero line from above. Meanwhile, a price increase is indicated when the ROC passes the zero line from below. On February 28, 2020, the highest ROC passed the zero line from above, signaling a decline in a price and momentum. Consequently, people will start to sell. On May 20, 2020, the best ROC will pass the zero line from below. It proves that both price and the momentum are rising, and individuals start making purchase. It indicates speed of expansion. For relative strength index (RSI), RSI is a momentum indicator that is used in conjunction with technical indicators that evaluate the magnitude of same price swings to determine if the price of a stock or other asset is overbought or oversold. The stock is regarded as overbought when the RSI rises above 70% and oversold when it drops below 30%. In June 2020, the RSI will be lower than 30%. It was oversold. When the price attempts to cross over, it sends out a buy signal and people start buying. The market will be overbought in May 2021 when the RSI crossed the 17%. Last but not least, a stochastic oscillator for Petrogas, a momentum indicator that contrasts the closing price of a safety stock with changes in its price over a specific period. The blue line will reflect the general sell signal on April 9, 2020 when it is above the 80% limit. As a result, individuals can get ready to sell but must take other indicators into account. Stocks should be sold when they exhibit the sell signal, which occur when they are overbought. The blue line fell below the 20% limit on October 14, 2020, indicating an oversold condition for the stock. For the Fraser and Neff, for 138 years, Fraser and Neff, also known as FNN, has served generations with halal and high-quality foods in the food and beverage sector. This business complies with Sharia law. The sustainability performance of FNN provides shareholders with information for building long-term investment. FNN has the stock number TCA9 under consumer non-cyclical beverage on the Bursa, producing and distributing beverage from its FNN line and from international brands made up its traditional business. For the Bollinger Band of FNN, the FNN technical chart from January 2020 until the cut-off date of December 2020 is shown in the graph above. The bearish run stopped in April when the Bollinger Band started to widen. According to the Bollinger Band, based on the Bollinger Band indicator, the greatest purchase signal will occur on November 20, 2021. The bullish candlestick suggests that a momentum will pick up. It indicates that the stock price is adjustable because it can increase. The candlestick will also directly beneath the upper band. It also indicates that the sell volume has reduced on the same day. Next, for the moving average convergence divergence (MACD), the MACD is a versatile tool for traders thanks to its mix of leading and lagging trade as well as a moving average trigger line. Later, in late March, the price saw an upward trend which has supported by the MACD indicator, which showed that MACD line had crossed above the past MACD signal line. Additionally, the positive increasing histogram from the same as seen in the MACD histogram supports the price trend. For the RSI for FNN, A relevant instrument in financial trading for determining the speed and size of price changes is the relative strength index. Price underwent a long consolidation pattern between 24 April and 30 July, during which price moved sideways. The RSI indicator's movement, which consistently ranged between 50% and 70%, supported this. On August 3, the trend of consolidation broke out. The RSI progression towards the 30% line lends evidence to this. From 5 August to 29 August and 1 September to 17 September, the price then saw two upward movements. Next, for the stochastic oscillator. For their precision and simplicity, stochastic oscillators are overall like a momentum indicator in technical analysis. When paired with other indicators like moving average or the relative strength index, they can provide traders overbought or oversold indication and potentially help them make profitable trades. According to the stochastic indicator, it went from the 20% line to the 80% line throughout this time. On 2nd December, the price entered consolidation on small. The stochastic indicator and RSI indicator, which have begun to move sideways, reinforce this.
Top gloves make rubber gloves, in addition to face masks, dental dams, and other items. In China, Vietnam, Malaysia, Thailand, and the United States, the company owns and operates 50 manufacturing facilities. The company was started in Malaysia in 1991 by Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wee Chai with a single manufacturing plant and 100 employees. There are many indicators that we can use to analyze the stock of the company, but we only pick three indicators, which are ROC, stochastic, and RSI. As of the cut-off date, the current price is RM 1.01. On this date, the ROC indicator shows the buy signal for this company stock. This is because the ROC value is less than 0, which indicates a buy signal. The ROC may be used to identify markets that are overbought or oversold. The stochastic indicators also displays a buy signal. This is as a result of the oversold zone, which is less than 20, where the percent K line surpasses the percent D line. There is no buy or sell signal visible on this RSI line according to the RSI indicator. This is due to the fact that for RSI, when the RSI line is below 30, it will signal a buy signal, which will shift upward and cross over the oversold line. And when the RSI line is greater than 70, it will signal a sell signal, which will move downward and cross below the overbought line. Based on these three indicators, we would like to suggest current owners to sell their shares in order to reduce loss for the shareholder. We want to suggest to potential investors to keep the company shares before investing. Postal service initially started in the Strait settlements of Penang, Singapore, and Malacca in the early 1800s, which is when Post-Malaysia first began to exist. Scroll through the historical milestone to experience Post-Malaysia's history. It provides mail, postal courier, express mail, and retail business services, among other postal and related services. Similar indicators used in the analysis of packed gas company stock, including SMA, MACD, ROC, RSI, and also stochastic, were also used in this stock. Typically, the ROC, RSI, and stochastic indicators on this stock have indicate buying opportunities. RM 0.95 is the stock's present closing price. On the aforementioned chart, ROC was at negative 8.7% and ROCMA was at negative 11%. It was demonstrated the flowing of the ROC is superior to the ROCMA. Additionally, it has been proven that the ROC is less than 0. The RSI is at 28.4% according to the aforementioned chart. A buying signal will be displayed when the RSI falls below 30%. 2.1% is the stochastic level. It indicates that a buying signal when the stochastic was below 20%. All these three indicators represent a buying signal since the shares have oversold. I advise investors to buy more stocks as indicated on the chart analysis above, which is for the Post company.
Hi, my name is Noalia Manisha Bekti Maknawi from BA 2424B. And for my part, we'll be discussing two companies, which is Dutch Lithium Industry Berhad versus Cocoland Berhad. So today, the first company is Dutch Lithium Industry Berhad. which is a Malaysian milk producer, analysing its stock performance using various technical indicators. Dutch Lady operates in the food and beverage sector and is a multinational corporation with a significant local advantage and a global reach. Let's take a look at the technical chart for the Lady stock. As shown in the diagram above, we have applied several indicators including the Bollinger Band, Simple Moving Average Convergent Divergence, MACD, Relative Strength Index, and Stochastic to provide insights for both current and potential investors. The Bollinger Band is our first indicator. It consists of three bands, the upper band, the middle band, and the lower band. These bands measure an asset's price relative to its previous high and lows, indicating volatility. Based on the Bollinger Band, we can recommend that current investors consider selling their stock between February 2020 and mid-March 2020. The upper band touching the price suggests a direction change and a potential downward movement. However, when the price falls, the lower band touching the price signals positive momentum for a price increase. Thus, in March 2020, it is a buying signal for current investors. Moving on to the simple moving average SMA, our second indicator. This indicator is more useful for shorter time periods and responds quickly to price changes. It follows the trend as a lagging indicator. The best buying opportunity for current investors was on March 20th, 2020, when the price crossed above the moving average line, indicating a long position. The volume also increased, supporting the purchase decision. Conversely, a sell signal occurred on April 23, 2020, for the price crossed below the moving average line, followed by a decrease in volume. Investors should sell their stock. The moving average convergent divergence MACD is our third indicator. It is a trend following momentum indicator that shows the relationship between two moving averages. The intersections of the red and blue lines on March 25, 2020 indicates a buying signal for current investors. As the blue line crosses above the red lines, conversely, a selling signal occurred on May 4, 2020, when the blue line crossed below the red lines. Now, let's discuss the Relative Strength Index, RSI, as our fourth indicator. The RSI is a momentum indicator that helps determine recent price swings and whether equities are overbought or oversold. On March 20, 2020, the RSI fell below the 30% mark, indicating oversold condition and suggesting that current investors should consider buying stocks. On April 27, 2020, the RSI rose above 70% lines, indicating overbought conditions. Investors should take advantage of this opportunity to sell their stocks. Lastly, we have stochastic indicator as our fifth indicator. This indicator provides precise entry and exit points for traders. When the blue line crosses above the 80% mark, indicating overbought conditions, a sell signal is sent to current investors. This occurred on July 7, 2020. Conversely, when the blue line falls below the 20% lines, indicating oversold conditions, a buying signal is sent to current investors. This occurred on March 9, 2020. In conclusion, the technical analysis of Dutch Lady Milk Industries stock using indicators such as Bollinger Band, Simple Moving Average Convergent Divergence, Relative Strength Index, Stochastic can provide valuable insights for both current and potential investors. However, it is important to remember that technical analysis should be used alongside fundamental analysis and other factors when making investment decisions. Thank you. Next, we will be conducting a technical analysis of Cocolan Holdings Berhad, a well-known Malaysian gummy candy manufacturer operating within the food and beverage sector. Our analysis will focus on the stock performance of Cocolan and its indicators, providing valuable insights for both current and potential investors. Let's proceed with the details. Cocolan Holdings Berhad is a significant player in the food and beverage industry, specializing in gummy candy manufacturing. It has gained recognition in the market as a Malaysian-based company. Now let's delve into the listing history of Cocolan Holdings Berhad on the Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. Cocolan Holdings Berhad stock was listed on the second board of Bursa Malaysia on January 18, 2005. Demonstrating its growth and success, it was subsequently converted to the main board on July 18, 2006. This transition to the main board signifies the company's advancements and increased market presence. Moving on to the technical analysis of the covalent stock like the diametric chart displayed above. We have utilized several indicators including the Bollinger Band, simple moving average convergent divergence, relative strength in the end stochastics to provide insights for both current and potential investors. Our first indicator is Bollinger Band, consisting of three bands, the upper band, the middle band, and the lower band. The Bollinger Band measures an asset's price volatility by comparing it to its previous highs and lows. Based on the Bollinger Band analysis, we recommend that current investors consider selling their investment between March 9 and March 23, 2020. This recommendation is due to the lower band touching and reacting to the bearish price movement. On the other hand, a buy signal emerges for present investors on May 6, 2020 and when the upper band touches and reacts to the bullish price. However, it is crucial to note that this buying signal is temporary as the subsequent sell signals occurs on June 10, 2020. Let's move on to the simple moving average SMA indicator, our second analysis tool. The SMA is particularly useful for shorter time periods, responding swiftly to daily or hourly price changes. As a lagging indicator, it follows the trend. For buying investors, for present investors, the optimal buying opportunity was on March 27, 2020, when the price crossed above the moving average line, indicating a long position. Notably, the increased volume supports the purchase decision. Conversely, a selling signal occurred on March 9, 2020, when the price fell below the moving average line, followed by a decrease in volume. As a result, investors should consider selling their stock. The moving average convergent divergence serves as our third analysis indicator. This trend following momentum indicator demonstrates the relationship between two moving average. A buying signal for present investors occurs on March 31, 2020 when the blue line crosses above the red line. Conversely, a selling signal emerges on May 29, 2020 when the blue line crosses below the red lines. Let's proceed to our fourth indicator, the relative strength index. The RSI is a momentum indicator used to assess recent price swings and determine whether equities are overbought or oversold. On March 25, 2020, the RSI fell below the 30% mark, indicating oversold conditions and suggesting that present investors should consider buying stocks. However, on April 30th, 2020, and the RSI rose above the 70% lines, indicating overbought conditions. Investors should capitalize on this opportunity to sell their stocks. Lastly, we have the stochastic indicator, serving as our fifth analysis tool. This indicator offers a reasonably high degree of accuracy, allowing traders to enter an exit position precisely. On May 30, 2020, a selling signal is triggered when the blue line crosses above the 80% mark, indicating overbought condition. Conversely, on March 24, 2020, a buying signal is generated as the blue line falls below the 20% line, suggesting an oversold condition.
In summary, technical analysis is a trading technique that analyzes investment and pinpoint trading approach by using statistical patterns obtained from market activity such as volume and price movement. Technical analysts believe that the security current market volatility and market prices may be very predictive of future price movement. The main focus of this indicator is on overbought or oversold conditions.